Hey guys, Danny Wynn here with another deck profile, and a little on my experience at ARG Boston. Currently, I'm in a hotel room traveling for work, but I got a ton of requests for this deck profile. So, yeah. First off, full credit to Danny Hype. He This is his deck that he's been playing a ton on stream, and I talked to him a little bit about the deck. And so this past weekend, I ended up making top 16 with his deck, ending 13th after Swiss, going 4-0-3, and that's that's kind of bad, and but I ended up going undefeated. But I definitely could have played quicker if I had some more play testing with the deck. I probably could have made some quicker plays. So that was my own fault, but sorry, I ended up making it at the end. Uh, but sadly, I got knocked out in top 16, and my opponent played perfectly, and I felt like I played, for the most part, pretty well, but I got a little unlucky in 2 games, didn't draw a single super combo, but it happens. I ended up, right after dropping out, went and played in the 1K, and actually ended up taking that, going 5-0, first place, and it worked out that I got knocked out, but it would have been really nice to keep going because I felt like my deck had a really good matchup against pretty much everyone in the top cut, especially Robert Russo. He ended up winning with the most defensive deck with Bergamos and Yajirobis, and he ended up taking everyone out. But my deck, compared to all the other Flute aggro decks or SS3, I main deck removal, so I definitely had a pretty solid matchup compared to all the other blue decks, as well as being the only Universe 7 Gohan in the whole top 16. Besides, just full of Super Saiyan 3, Trunks, and Harudegarn, which gotta represent. So here's the deck profile. Of course, the leader is Sun Gohan, leader of Universe 7. Super solid blue leader, of course, so you can play Flute and Unyielding Trunks, but on the Unawakened side, you can combo with Universe 7. On your turn, you draw 2, which is tons of value, just constantly the entire game. Like, every deck in this format draws, but for some reason, like, Sun Gohan, he just ends up getting more advantage than all the other decks. Like, Harudegarn gets close because he can also draw 2 on the Unawakened side, but I guess he has to discard one. But Sun Gohan definitely gets the advantage, like, faster and sometimes even more hand advantage compared to Harudegarn. And on the Awakened side, it's the same thing, but he can combo Universe 7 in rest mode, which is a huge deal. Plus, being an untapped 2 leader, which is super key this format, I think. And the first card is Saiyan Kaba, super solid. Cut a life, get double strike. Really important for Flute decks. I didn't want to play Trunks because with this type of deck, you're more so going for the kill than just kind of slowly critting people down, or evolving with a chain attack Zeno. But definitely a key card in this deck to self-awaken yourself, and most of the times you're trying to build that winning hand. You do multiple hits with him in one turn using a Flute, of course. And then onto the super combo, Backbone. This super combo is just great in this deck, like, just better than most super combos in other deck, except Hirudegarn's, of course, because you can play him and attack, and then on the Awaken side, you could combo him rest mode, which can add up to more draws. You could draw 3 sometimes, like with his attack. And then next, Videl, Gohan's partner. Just like my supporter Hope, or Future, I think. Uh, Super important in this type of format where everyone's just playing blue aggro. You definitely need these free blockers, can really slow them down, and you can also play it. And when they go for attack with Trunks or Kaba, you can wait for them to cut their life and then block, which pretty much makes them cut their life for no reason, which is just key to these blue aggro mirror matches technically. And next card, Burst Attack Son Gohan. Great, super solid card. Just this deck always consistently has 9 to 10 cards like in your hand. You'll always have 10 cards in your hand, maybe more. And if you ever get lower than that, you just play Burst Attack on Gohan and draw 2, and he has crit, and he's Universe 7, so you can combo him after you attack with him. But sometimes you never get that low in cards, so you'll never play him, but there's definitely tons of times where you'll be playing him. And then next, Furthering Destruction Champa. Giving double strike to all these cards is really important. Really, the only double strike you have besides Champa is Saiyan Kaba. So Champa is just really great for when you're trying to go for the kill. And then Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's just another super combo. So a lot of times he's energy early on. You always need that red energy, that one red, one blue. But after that, he can help you combo out when they're going in for big hits on you, or while you're going for game. You could draw more cards, big combo. And next, Ready to Fight Son Goku. Just like the real, just solid strategy in Universe 7 Son Gohan. You can play him, get a card off the top, and then attack with your leader and combo with him. I mean, draw 2, so that's just +3. Easy. And Unyielding Spirit Trunks, just untapping for blue leaders. Just extend your plays constantly. And Focus Mind Son Gohan, I barely played him, really. So he has barrier, which is really important when people are playing removal, but really no one was playing removal. So a lot of times you just energy, and he's a great energy because he can be fetched with Indomitable Link Piccolo, and that brings us on to the next card, Indomitable Link Piccolo. You want to play 4 of this. This is just like Ready to Fight Son Goku. You could get a card out of your deck and then combo. That's +3. You draw 2, and he's great energy fixing. Like anytime you need a blue or a red, you could just search out the Focus Mind Son Gohan or the Burst Attack, and that'll be your next charge for a turn. Like, this is a low energy format, so getting that red blue is super important. Some games don't even go past turn 2, turn 3, so you gotta have that energy charged and ready for when you go for your kill turns. And also you can search Indomitable Link Son Gohan. This card was just key this weekend. Really important card for this kind of meta, where it was, if you're not playing Flute Aggro, you're going to be playing Super Saiyan 3 Apes or Super Saiyan 3 Blue with Bergamo, and this Son Gohan KOs both of them. And there's actually a lot of Bergamo decks there, and they always got thrown off when I searched this. I know if I know they're like more blue base and not like red base, you just play Piccolo and you search out the Son Gohan right away, and you're just ready for the next turn. They play their Bergamo, you play this, and gets around it right away. This is like one of the biggest difference between the blue aggro decks, Rudiger and Trunks, those decks don't really main removal. So in Sun Gohan, you can play this Indomitable Link, and he's Universe 7. So, and then the next card, Master Roshi, like, you really want him in your early turns, turn 1, turn 2. Like, if you're going first, then he's super key. You just charge one, and on their turn, they're always going to be attacking. So you can slow down their turns. If they're going for multiple attacks with unyieldings and flute, you once they start running out of gas, you can take a hit or two, and once they say they need they go for their unyielding spirit trunks on, say, a leader attack, and you see that they don't have any red open and it's obviously their last attack, you can just negate that and just slow down, just stop their turn instantly. Like, it it was so important to mulligan for Master Roshi constantly. And the card that a lot of people didn't see coming, and a lot of people were asking why Mira, but this was your finisher. But like, I'd say more than half my games this past weekend, I killed people with about, on average, like 140, 150,000 double strike when you go Furthering Destruction Champa and Mira. If they don't negate it, they're pretty much just, it's guaranteed damage. You go to 1 or 2 life, you're dead. And not many decks main negates. And usually how I play it is I go for several attacks first, and you just go for big hits with like multiple kabas with flute, and you try to like bait out a lot of the cards. They start tapping their energy for unbreakables, or they're comboing other 110Ks, and once they tap that last blue or something, most of the time, they don't have a negate up. You just play Mira and go in. He's base 120,000 easy. You go for the double strike, and they're dead. There's really nothing they can do if you don't negate. I've never had anyone out combo Mira. And the other card is Scientist Fu, of course. Of course, tons of decks were playing Scientist Fu. Draw 2, great for going for kill turns, but with Mira, if you can bait out their negates early, they could out combo Scientist Fu. He's 25k base, but Mira, they're not gonna out combo that. Like, it's pretty much, you're gonna be playing it near the end of the game. You'll easily have 10 to 20 cards in your warp after you overwhelm, and it's just a huge hit most of the time. And the next card, Legendary Flute, of course, the whole meta, but probably the surprise to many people, and I only play 2, and I've gotten so many questions about this. This type of deck, you're only really fluting Kava, like, and maybe sometimes you flute their blockers back, but I pretty much only fluted Kaba, or this every once in a while you flute Videl back for that extra draw, but really you just want to be fluting Kaba for just multiple double strikes in one turn, or if you want to cut yourself down to awaken. But flute's obviously a great card, but in this deck you really don't want to be bouncing your Universe 7s back to your hand because you want them to combo the draw. So, and then Senzu Bean. Of course, more extending plays like Unyielding Spirit Trunks. The key is charging that 1 blue just for Senzu Bean, pretty much. That's all you need. And onto the side deck. This side deck was mostly super solid for me. So first off, 2 for seeing hits. This is for when you're playing those late game decks where you'll get to that 4 energy, 5 energy. Clearly, you're not playing like a flute aggro deck. You want to play for seeing hit, and then you can look at their hand, rip their super combos out, or you can see exactly how many negates they have, and just plan your turn around that. It's just great side deck. I put it in every time against the slow SS3 blue deck. And then, so full power energy, just the main counter to this format. When they're going for Kavas or Trunks, you could just full power. Plus, negating can just slow down, just completely stop turns that when people are going for kills or multiple attacks. And infinite energy 18, you gotta put, if you put full power in, you want to put 18 in, so there's multiple green sources you could charge. But of course, you always have Piccolo, where, I mean, you could just charge him, or you like turn 2, you could play him and search Indomitable Links on Gohan, and that'll be your green energy. But full power, I pretty much put it in like every game too, pretty much against almost every single deck. You can even put it in against the Super Saiyan 3 Apes, because they're playing multiple Bardoks. And that turn 1, they'll usually play 1 or 2 Bardoks, and then their turn 2, they're going to be swinging in and then trying to combo their 4-drop Bardock Ape to evolve on top of the 1-drop Bardock. But you could full power and KO those Bardoks before they could evolve on top. That was really key for when I played Apes, against Apes. And Time Control Corona, I didn't play a single Shugesh deck, but it was there. Honestly, it's probably a fine choice to take it out, because our deck can really deal with Shugesh decks like just fine, because our battle cards don't really stay on the battlefield very long. Usually we combo them out, or they only really get 1 attack in. So, and Dimensional Banisher Fu was really important side deck. I think every single deck should have side deck Fu, because it's just catch all removal against Apes, against Bergamo. Just, I think it's a really key side deck card for this weekend. So, yeah, I was able to get top 16 with this deck. Really fun deck, and a great deck to play in this type of meta. I really just, I didn't have any real bad matchups at all. Harudegarn, I played 3 of them this weekend, and I 2-0'd 2 of them and drawed against another one, which is Eric Hill. And just, we're playing a really long game. Both of us like didn't give an inch, so we got really high in energy and just got to time eventually. And again, shout out to Danny Hype for this deck. I tried to put all my thoughts onto this deck profile to try to explain the deck to you guys. I probably forgot some things, but a couple shout outs. Crimson Scarab, my locals in Connecticut. Joshua Cruz, just lending me cards for this event and always having faith in me, of course. And Marcus Cantarsi also helping me. Just tons of people giving me advice. And the Connecticut and Massachusetts DBS group that I am, I was able to meet the Hill Twins, Anthony Hernandez, all really great people. Alejandro Manaka, Scott Dashy. Overall, a great event. I had so much fun this weekend, and you guys definitely, this won't be the last time you guys see me. Definitely going to be trying to go to more big events and try to place again. If you guys have any questions about this deck, feel free to message me on Facebook or comment in this video. I'll try to give you guys all the tips I can with this deck. Thanks for watching.